The Synnibear drama. Originally, I was gonna make a video talking about the whole ArtCC and that bundle of freaks because there are some very interesting people in that community. But I kind of want to talk more about the whole Synnibear drama because some new things have come out about it that really make me infuriated. And if I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really gonna cover it because the Synnibear drama kind of really didn't interest me. How do I say this? Listen. I'm not trying to pull an Ethan is online. What I mean by it doesn't interest me and I didn't really care is that I have seen so many exposed videos, and I've seen so many to the point where I kind of already know what's gonna happen. Super popular creator gets thousands of fans that follow them around. One of those fans or send them weird the person then gets exposed on the internet. They then say that their massive depression episode is the reason why they needed to children, and then they leave the internet, or in other cases try to ignore the allegations and kind of just go on as nothing ever happened. And that's usually how a lot of these child freaks get exposed, and it doesn't really interest me because I've seen it over and over again. Synnibear was exposed for being a weirdo creep and, you know, self-admitted which apparently to one person means that she's completely innocent of everything she's ever done. The whole reason I got more interested in this drama is because of one person, and no, it wasn't Jar. That person is Synnibear's roommate, who goes by what the fuck, Jack? I think they're female to male. I don't remember what their pronouns are, but if I'm gonna be honest, I only count functioning members of society as trans, not these groomer monsters who send. We'll get into that later, but that is their name, Jack. Now, like I said, Jack is Synnibear's roommate, and Jack has something called POTS. I don't know what the fuck POTS is. It's a heart condition, apparently, and if I'm going to be completely honest, it sounds like a made-up disease that would be in a House MD episode. Chase, quickly, this person has POTS. Fetch me my Vicodin. Foreman, you're a nut. It feels completely made up, and if I'm going to be honest, this Jack person uses that shit excuse everything they've ever done. Jack is a bed blob who doesn't do anything or barely does anything around the house. Kind of just mooched off Synnibear for like years or however long they were together. I don't even remember. And they always blame the reason they couldn't help Synni with anything is because of their POTS. They couldn't clean the filth and shit stains they left around the house because, you know, they had their POTS, dude. The POTS, it stopped them, dude. Originally, I thought Jack, when they were exposed for being like a weirdo as well, I thought it was gonna be, they also showed weird kids and whatever, just like Synni did, right? But no, they did even worse. On top of stealing Synnibear's cat, by the way, unfortunate news, that cat is long dead, okay? Whatever cat they stole, I think it was, oh, they had like retarded names. One of them is like stupid, the other one's Squirp. But yeah, that cat is dead. You know those episodes of Hoarders where they're digging through the person's home and there's like layers upon layers of trash, and as they're digging it, they find a cat buried underneath all the filth and it's dead and mummified? Yeah, that's the cat right now. That cat is dead, dude. But on top of doing that, Jack also has done some very up. Synnibear sent weird skeletal to minors, which, let me just cut in here really quick. How the is someone attracted to sands? I know you're looking at me and you're like, this might be attracted to other weird shit. And you know, fair, you know, big titties. Everyone loves some big titties and ass. But how does anyone find sands hot? And maybe not even sands specifically, but how do you find this character type hot? I don't understand it. It's a skeleton. What, when you were in high school and the science teacher had that plastic skeleton in the corner of a room, were you just staring at that skeleton and daydreaming about it? That's the weird shit that Synni sent to minors, which is, you know, really up. The thing that Jack sent to minors was even worse somehow, because they sent and encouraged minors to cut themselves. Over and over again, they said they wish that they could slice someone open, preferably a child, lick up the blood and the wound and like, oh, it's weird. These people are also into this whole, like, they're not part of the art commentary community, they're part of like the art meme community. If you don't know what a art meme is, it's this terrible where it's like sexualized character dancing and like ear is playing while they're doing that. That's basically what the animation meme community is, and they were kind of a part of that. And some weird that they did is they took the nudes of a minor, drew over it, and put it in this weird edgy video for everyone to see. That's, in my opinion, worse than what the Synni did. Synni did obviously do some really up shit, right? And I'm not defending this bitch, all right? I'm not defending them like Jar did. But this Jack person, Jar in his video spoke like, oh guys, I'm not gonna misgender Jack, and we're not really gonna talk about them. Jar completely shoved this person to the side and was like, they're fine, you know, they're the victim in this case, and did like no research into this dude. Oh, and there was also this call that was recorded when these defenders were, I think they were trying to get their stories together. They were like sweeping. In that, there was a really creepy part where one of the person with the annoying high-pitched squealing voice was saying that it's okay to talk about sex with minors as long as it's educational.
Why do you send just sex?
Probably
but no
the
spank. Spank is kinky. Sex, you can talk about sex with minors as long as it's like professionally.
I have a game theory.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Today we will be talking about if age really is just a number.
All those people in that call, by the way, were adults, and I still don't understand why the do so many people online surround themselves with children. Some of them want that leaked video taken down, even though it's been available on Kiwi Farms for like months at this point. So yeah, priorities, I guess. There's also something with a ferret, and if I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to look into that. Surprise little update from me. As I was recording this video, I was later informed by a shout out Chris Lanark. Apparently, the ferret that I was talking about in this section, there's new information about it. Unfortunately, the ferret is dead. The ferret has been dead for a long time, apparently, because it's been dead long enough for them to have cremated the thing and put it in a box. So in order to understand this new information, you have to know that Birdie was living with someone who was related to that call. I don't know who exactly, but they were living there, and for an undetermined amount of time. I don't even think Birdie told the person, because one day Birdie was just gone. They left the fucking state without even informing the person. So now all this trash you see here has to be packaged up and shipped over to them. And apparently, while cleaning the fucking house, this person found the box of the ferret's like cremated ashes just tossed to the side. So Birdie, in their panic to grab everything they could, most likely toys and junk food, probably saw the ferret's ashes box and were like, I don't need this shit, and just toss it to the side. This only confirms my theory that the cat that Birdie stole is dead. Besides doing that weird cutting shit with minors that Jack did all this shit, besides all of that, another thing that just infuriates me is the fact that people set up a GoFundMe to give this $10,000, and this was able to grab all that money and just run away with it.
Number 2, this video is going to be monetized. I'm only going to use some of the money to pay the thumbnail artist and the editor of the video, but the rest of the money will go to Jack's GoFundMe to help them with their situation. If you would like to donate to the GoFundMe yourself, a link to it will be down below in the description and the pinned comment.
These motherfuckers all helped in that, okay? Every single person in that GoFundMe list where it says like who donated, you helped groom a child. It's really sad how there's so much good charitable people in the trans community, and then you have like Jack coming in and ruining all this goodwill, right? And this is the only time a GoFundMe regarding a trans person has gone wrong. We very well know that this money that Birdie has now acquired is going to go to nothing more than just toys, food, and maybe $200 in rent. And if you're one of the many that like to give money to people who will do nothing with it, then give it all to me, baby, alright? Ko-Fi link down below. Also, the squeaky high-pitched person in the sweeping call, they let Jack live with them and their mom in their house. When introducing Jack to their mom, do you think they were like, can we keep him? Can we keep him? And then it pans over to Jack and it's like one of those super grotesque, highly detailed photos from SpongeBob. I feel bad for them only slightly, because now they have to live with the fact that a fucking weirdo was living in their house. You know, if Just A Robot actually did some research, he probably would have been defending Jack instead of Synnibear. He'd look at Jack's avatar and think, oh, that's good. Moral of the story, I guess. I think that's it. That's everything I want to talk about.